right, so Sunday afternoon project is about halfway done. People that know me for a while know that my house back in Citronelle, I had a fire pit that I loved and spent a lot of evenings sitting out by, especially in the fall, warming my toes. And then I moved into the apartment, and 4.5, 5 years in the apartment, didn't have my fire pit. But I knew the next house I get, I would always want to put another one in. But for some reason, I've kind of, since I moved out here, lady, what are you doing? Since I moved here, I've kind of, it's been in the back of my mind, but I haven't decided to make it happen. And finally decided, you know what, I'm ready to get this thing going. So had an idea in my head. And really what started it is I had a root that was right there that when I would cut grass, my lawnmower would catch on it, and I finally just burned it out and I left that little hole. And I thought, you know what, maybe it's time to do my fire pit. So I actually started looking around. All this marble, these little chunks of marble, we've dug up out of the yard, like up there along that ditch. It's just everywhere. I don't know if the people that used to live here had a granite company or what, or had access to it, but just tons of these big chunks of marble everywhere. So I laid them out around the hole, built a little form to pour a little concrete. I'm just going to do a little, little concrete around the edge of the fire pit there. It ain't going to be fancy. It's going to be, country. And I found these cross ties. Been looking for cross ties, and everybody wants 20, 25 bucks for them. And did some digging and found a couple that has a bunch of them on their property. They won't go. So I was able to get them for $5 a piece. So I went and picked 6 of them up a couple hours ago, laid them out. Here's a couple of these bricks are like part of a concrete slab, or you can tell that's just a big chunk of concrete that's kind of flat on the top. So those are the coffee tables, or drink tables. There's 3 of them for all 3 of my chairs. And yep, all 3. I put my little chimney out here. It used to be up on the porch, and my little back deck's kind of small, so it was always kind of cramped with the chairs around it. Laid it out. I'm going to do the concrete this week. I've got all that marble there to, don't jump in there, lady. It's my little shadow when I'm outside. She's a community cat. She goes from house to house and eats and sleeps, but she spends more time here than anywhere else. But anyway, concrete that in around that hole. Kind of, it's not going to be like high end or anything. It's going to be kind of country. We live in the country, so I want it to be country. And then I'll mulch, put some mulch out, probably just black mulch all around it, and fill this in, kind of slow the grass growing when it starts coming in. And I was going to put a tarp down, but I'm not too much worried about it. I think the little grass growing through occasionally kind of makes it country. And the shop's right there, which means I can just run a cord out here and set a TV up for the end of football season and watch some games out here by the fire. Got my turtle pen right back there that I'm about to expand with the tortoises. They're getting big. So I'm going to double the size of this, give them a little bit more room to stretch their legs. See where they're at. They can feel the change. They know it's getting cold, so they're a little less active. That's you. They are already in their house. Yep, look at them bedded down. Already bedded down. Watch your head. Watch your heads. Y'all gotta I'm sorry, I'm disturbing you, I know. I don't want to let this down and mash one of your heads, so turn, buddy. I'm sorry. Goodness gracious. So yeah, they're getting bigger. There's one of the little ones over there. We got to give them a little bit more room. The other little one's probably, she's got her own little dugout somewhere over here. So she's probably in that little dugout. But so we're going to make this double the size it is. And Millie's a sunning cage. It'll be inside the turtle pen. What are you doing, girl? Chilling. She's been out enjoying the sunshine. So yeah, anyway. 4 years I've been wanting to do this and been putting it off, or just haven't got around to doing it. And don't mind the fence. That's where that tree fell on the fence last year, and that fence so old, I think I'm just going to put a new one up rather than try to piece that one together and fix it. So that's a project coming soon, is a new privacy fence to actually run across the back, run up the side, and over to the house, and kind of close in the backyard. That's what I'm thinking. Who knows, maybe I'll get a dog. So anyway, wanted to, not done. Got a little work to do to it, do the concrete, put the mulch out, and but it's functional. I can use it. I could throw a fire in there now and enjoy it tonight if I wanted to. But I'm getting old, and pulling, tugging on these things is wore me out, so I'll probably just go lay up on the couch with a heating pad. And I want to tag my mom in this, because there's nothing my mother likes more than to sit by a fire and sip on her medicine. So the next time she comes to visit, we'll have her a cool little spot to hang out. And like I said, the shop's right here. What are you doing, lady? Run a cord, extension cord, set a TV up right out there. Lady has lost her mind. What are you doing? We don't know how old she is. She might be 15 years old. But yeah, so maybe I'm finished by the, what are you doing, crazy? Finished by the end of the week, and can maybe watch the Alabama LSU game next Saturday, sitting by the fire. So anyway, that was my project today. Seems like every day I got a new project. So we'll get this thing wrapped up. I'll throw some pictures up when I'm done, or make another little quick video of it. Anyway, peace out, everybody. Alright, concrete's pretty much cured and rinsed off and set. So, turned out exactly how I wanted it. I wanted it to look like something you'd find out in the country, because I live out in the country, and worked out great. Like I said, I had that big stack of old marble that, you know, we've dug up out of the yard, and it just kind of was in the way, and I decided to make use of it by filling in, you know, so I wouldn't need as much concrete. This is, I think, 8 bags of concrete. It's, you know, about 3 inches thick all the way around, and it's, you know, I wasn't trying to smooth it out, make it look like it was in some big fancy, you know, neighborhood. I wanted it to be, you know, something you find out maybe like in Citronelle, Alabama. So, turned out great. Like I said, these big blocks right here are, you know, I call them the little coffee tables. My chimney. Toyed with putting a post out here to hang a TV on, but you know, we're almost done with football season. I don't think there's any sense in building something permanent when I can just set it up on these cross ties. I've got a 55 in my shop that I can just, I've got enough Ethernet cable, run it out here, set it on the cross tie, kick back in that blue chair over there and watch the game, or watch a game. So next week, I think we're getting down in the 30s one night or two nights. We begin getting down in the 40s. So that's cold enough, but it's pretty much done. Got a little wood ready to go. Some of the form that I busted up is ready to turn to ash, and so maybe this weekend we'll get to enjoy it a little bit. Have to throw a little extra. I think this is 10 bags of mulch. Probably have to throw, you know, a few bags of mulch in it every once in a while. Maybe hit it with a weed eater when some grass starts coming through, but tune it up every year. But all in all, for a DIY project that really didn't cost me, let's see, $5 for each cross tie, 8 bags of concrete, 10 bags of mulch was probably all under 80 bucks, and a little sweat, a little bit of work to get it all put together. Happy with it. So may come out here, I don't know, might come out tonight and roast a couple of marshmallows. So anyway, once I get some fire in it, I'll take a couple of pics, maybe a video to end this, and boom, we'll be done with this project. All right, figured I'd go ahead and give this thing a test drive. Pay no attention to my fence, it's on the list. That tree right over there behind this tree in my yard broke 2 years ago and landed on that fence, and I fought with insurance and all kind of stuff about it, and never fixed it because I was waiting to see what would happen. But I'm gonna have to go ahead and put a whole new fence in because it's getting pretty ragged, so it's on the list. But figure why not go ahead and give this thing a test run tonight. So got my hot chocolate on my coffee table, just how I had it planned. Got the old form for this thing, and some scrap wood, and got my scrap wood pile from all my woodworking stuff. Kind of sitting here ready to go. It's not cold yet, but it's not hot, so we'll wrap this thing up with my little DIY fire pit. How it all turned out, I'm digging it. I am digging it. So give me a place after a long hard day's work, or you know, long hard day of building stuff, or chasing animals and messing with critters, and or working on hot rods or cutting grass, whatever it is I'm doing. Place to chill out at the end of the day. And like I said, I got a 100-foot Ethernet cable, 55-inch TV in there. You can hear the music playing. And I can bring it out and set it right over there, move that chair. or set it over there or wherever. Turn a game on and chill. So anyway, this is a fun little project. Started it on Sunday and finished it today. Had to let the concrete sit for a couple of days after pouring it on Tuesday, but it's a wrap. Other than a little maintenance here and there, I got a feeling this is where you'll find me most of the time. Me and Lady, where's she at? Lady, what are you doing over there? She saw me light the fire. She said, okay, I'm gonna dip. I'll hang out over here. So, but can't wait till it gets like cold and I can prop my feet up, prop these old work boots up on this piece of marble right here. I call it the flagstone. And warm my fusses by the fire. So anyway, I got Nirvana playing in the background. And gonna sit out here for a little bit. Kind of chill and relax, sip on my hot chocolate. And catch you folks on the next one. Peace.